Hello everyone, what is up? This is your girl, Miss Sophia the Diva, and I'm here once again to talk about the season finale of season 2 of Southern Charm, New Orleans. This closing out episode for this season is called Second Times the Southern Charm, honey. Because Miss Reagan and Mr. Reece are getting married, okay? Reece Thomas and Reagan Charleston. I still can't believe she kept that man's name. But either way, before we get into this episode, be sure to subscribe to this channel while you're here. Thumbs up this video. I would greatly appreciate it. All I was thinking throughout this whole episode was like, who the hell was that on this damn bullhorn while all these people are sitting out there? Well, we now know that Bravo gets very creative with the audio in certain situations. When we open up this episode, the gang is still in Destin, Florida, and they're having a bonfire out on the beach. And I guess Tamika and Barry chose not to invite everyone for their vow renewal. It just was them, Robin, and the photographer. That was interesting. I don't know why. Tamika, if you're watching this, comment down below. Let me know, or inbox me on Twitter. You know, you can still always inbox me. And let me know, what was that about? I didn't understand that. Meanwhile, while they all out here chilling, John Moody and his Moodyisms. He was talking about you can give a woman a ring and she'll give you her heart, and if you give a woman some sperm, you get a whole human. I was like, wait, what? I was like, that damn John Moody. He is a mood, he is a vibe. Justin was like, what the hell is he saying? I love how John Moody took this picture of Kelsey and of Justin. It looked awkward as hell, like, and then it was like a shadow of them, and John Moody was like a couple together, an unknown couple in love or something like that by John Moody. I was like, Lord help. And so John was talking to Reagan, and then Jeff was over on the side as far away as possible as taping would allow for him to be. And he was like, you know, I'm just not really seeing Reagan for her true colors. And I'm like, it took you all that time. She must have had you in a real haze, dude. A real haze. Excuse me while I refresh myself. Oh, that's so good. If y'all ain't got into it, Trader Joe's, y'all should sponsor my radio show on the strength of this. The canned wines, Simpler Wines, they have a peach wine. It is delicious, and it mixes very well with Trader Joe's little peach fruit punch thing they got. I think it's called Dixie Peach. Yeah, mix that up. I also usually get some vodka too and mix in there the Deep Eddy's peach vodka but I didn't go to extremes making this cocktail today. I just wanted some wine and juice, sparkling. But I will say this, probably the reason why Jeff didn't see Reagan for her true colors is because, like with any relationship, when we're in it, we don't see certain things. It is still unknown at this time in the episode whether Tamika will stand in Reagan's wedding. Quite frankly, I wouldn't, because the things that Reagan has done, I mean, it kind of makes you question your friendship with her. I really don't feel like Reagan is a bestie to Tamika. Maybe Tamika believes that, but I don't think she's a bestie or a friend. But that's just me. So Jeff, at some point, goes off by himself and calls his sister. Now, what we have, for the longest, we have all thought since this series has come out that Jeff has completely cut off all of his family because they robbed him blind. But come to find out that he has sisters fathered by his father that are older than him. And he calls his sister and he tells her, you know, my ex-wife is getting married in a couple of days. And the look on his sister's face was like, oh my God, are you serious? I was like, yeah, girl, that heartbreaker done broke your poor little brother's heart. He is so messed up. And you know, his sister seemed to really be concerned, and so much concerned that the day of the wedding, she calls him and says, hey, I'm going to be in New Orleans. You know, she calls him the night before, can you pick me up from the airport? And she felt like it was very important for her to be there because she knew that all of Jeff's friends would probably be at the wedding, which turned out to be true. In addition, it was great to see, it was great to learn a little bit more about Jeff's background. And he said his older sister ended up having to go stay with her grandmother because of how nasty his own mother was to her and drove a wedge between her and her father. That's unfortunate, and I don't like when step parents do that. Why are you jealous? it happens. It's most unfortunate, and I know that it's hard for the parent that's in it because they're trying to pick and choose between their child and their spouse. But sometimes you gotta recognize people. Anyone who would mistreat a child, you gotta wonder, should I even be in a relationship with this person? So I'm glad that she was there. Unfortunately, when they were in the liquor store, the bitters that Reagan's family created, or grandpa, great grandpa, whoever it was, created, it's in the store. He's like, I can't get away from her. She's everywhere. But I'm glad that him and his sister just spent time together, relearning each other. He said it had been 6 years. I guess even with money, some people don't see each other because, in Real Housewives of Potomac, Ashley hadn't seen her aunt since her high school graduation. I'm like, how is that even possible? Like, if I had money, like right now, I would probably go visit my family that's in Chicago. I haven't seen them since I graduated from college in 99. I see them on Facebook, though. But it happens, I guess. I mean, I don't know. But 6 years not seeing your sister, what's the story there? Maybe Reagan didn't like that side of the family. Who knows? Let's talk about Justin and Kelsey, and let's just wrap up their storyline. Kelsey, I don't see it for you. I don't. Justin is down to the therapist's office. We also find out later on in the episode that he talks to Barry and Tamika about it, and he's like he can't see himself marrying Kelsey right now. Do her a favor. Let her go. Let her go. Don't string her along. Don't have her believing in fairy tales. Crush her now so she can start the healing process and be a better woman for the next man. Because the therapist told him that it's not right. I mean, if you're going through all these hoops. And then we also find out that while they were in Destin, he had until July 1st, which I guess was this was December, so January, February, March, April, May, June, 7 months to propose. And I'm just like, why would you even put a deadline on something like that? Let me tell you something. At 42 years of age, I've spent 4 years with someone in my 30s. It just didn't work out. I've spent a year recently with somebody, almost a year. That shit didn't work out. Tell y'all something. Diva tide. You get 2 years tops going forward. Honestly, the guy that I had been with recently, I could have personally seen myself with him, but he just didn't see it for me. Which I'm glad he let me go because I'm able to go through the healing process. That's just what I've been going through. Now y'all know. But I think it would be best. Let her go. Just let her go and let her get out. Because obviously you're not ready. And quite frankly, with the way Kelsey is, with, you work too much. You do this. You do that. You don't understand what it means to be a lawyer. You don't. So, oh well, but she was at that table at the wedding, Kiki and talking about he had 7 nuts, 10, oh my God, he has 7 nuts, and I'm like, girl, shut the hell up. And Tamika was looking like that ain't what he told us, but okay, girl, good luck with that. So I wish them all the best. But any man who has to go to therapy and talk to the priest and their best friend, and their best friend from college, a college roommate, college professor, he ain't ready. And quite frankly, Justin had no business dating that girl when he knew how he was. As far as you knew until you reach a certain point in your life, you weren't going to be ready to marry anyone for that matter. So maybe they talked about it, maybe they didn't, I don't know. But it breaks my heart for Kelsey because I know that shit is going to hurt like hell. I need my life. Girl, get over it and find you another one. There's somebody out there for everybody. Meanwhile, at the Smith and Lee house, Rainey has gotten her grades. Her and her dad are having a moment. And he was like, has your mama seen your grades? He was like, her mama is so hard on her. Like, if she gets a 94 on something, like, Tamika, like, loses it and doesn't understand. I was like, baby, welcome to the traditional black family. Because it is nothing but excellence. It wasn't until junior high when my parents finally left me the hell alone. First of all, my mother is only taught, well, her education level is K through 8. Like, she's certified to teach K through 8. But I was taking like high school level courses in junior high, because it was a science academy. I was taking pre-algebra and algebra 1. I was taking these complicated sciences, and my parents just couldn't. So a B was acceptable, which for the most part, I was an A-B student going forward. Because math, as it turns out, math is not my strong suit. It doesn't make sense to me, although it's been explained to me that I use algebra every day when I'm trying to get discounts and stuff. But either way, and he was saying, shit, if I had gotten a 94, my mom would have bought me a new Atari game. I was like, oh my God, Barry and I are like the same age. Oh my God, I love Atari. I used to love Atari. I love the fact that they had this family moment with Tamika and her family, and they are, grading the mom and dad. They gave Tamika an F on the spot, on the dime for cooking, but they gave Daddy an F too for not cleaning. But okay, I thought it was cute. That was a cute moment. Thank you, Bravo, for that. Reese is talking about his family. He's like, my family they are like Game of Thrones. My mom and dad can't sit too close together. They're divorced, and it just could be really messy. And so I was like, we're not going to have a red wedding, are we? Oh my God, I still can't get over that. I started crying. My ex, he was like, I can't believe you're crying on this. And I'm just like, oh my God, what they do Rob like that? Oh, geez, the baby. Okay. But either way, I said, and then Reagan's like, I just don't even want to think about it. And I'm just like, of course not, because you just want to think about Reese's checks bouncing through not bouncing, but flowing through your bank account. That's all that counts, because Jeff ain't got no money, so you left him, honey, hot and dry. Oh, let me stop. So either way, I'm glad she done found her happy place. And then me, I was being mean, but I said, poor Kelsey, what she don't know is this going to be the only wedding now she going to walk down. And she going to always be the bridesmaid, never the bride. No, I'm not going to speak that over you, girl. It just ain't going to be Justin. Anyway, they were talking about this is the coldest day of the year for the wedding. I was like, is that a good sign? I don't know. They also were talking about how Reese was saying this was his dream wedding. I said, it might be your dream wedding, but let's hope it's not a nightmare marriage with Reagan's demanding ass and nagging ass. But Reagan really, really wanted Tamika to be in her wedding. Like, I really didn't think she would take it that seriously, because the way she's been treating Tamika was like, somebody would treat you like an option. But she really wanted her in her wedding. I don't know what's wrong with my dog. Yeah, she wandered around here looking just as lost. She's on a lot of drugs. She's on a lot of antibiotics because her cyst burst, which that's $1,000 surgery I don't have. It's like my car got $1,000 in repairs. My dog got $1,000 in repairs. What the hell? But either way, let's get back on track. But I didn't think Tamika was going to stand in the wedding. I didn't. But magically, Tamika showed up. And I was like, she a better friend than me, because I can't support buffoonery. I just can't. But maybe Reese is for her. Maybe they a match made in heaven. Tamika was trying to break down to the producers about all the different wives' tales and voodoo, hoodoo, all the southern things and traditions that we have. Now, the necklace thing I never heard of, but Tamika kept saying, Reagan gonna have a girl. And the way the necklace spins, it'll tell you if it's a boy or a girl. And of course, they're not doing a gender reveal until during the ceremony, because you remember when Reese and Reagan went to go order the cake, they said, we're going to give you this information and then, make the cake, the inside of the cake, whatever gender the child is. So they're all outside walking, getting ready to walk into the ceremony, and you hear people saying, don't marry him, honey. Don't do it. And Reagan was like, rednecks. I was like, Reagan called them rednecks. Okay, I might be able to be cool with Reagan now. She called, some people rednecks. So Reese saw her walking down the aisle. Reese told me, I was just ready to skip the ceremony and just consummate this thing. And I'm like, too late, dude. She already consummated this. Why y'all having a shotgun wedding right now? I mean, okay. I'm being a fancy shotgun wedding. It was great. Justin's father, Judge Kern, I guess, so is Justin last name really Kern and he just using Justin Reese, Or does he just have his mama chose to keep her name and gave the boys her name? I'm confused. But either way, Judge Kern officiated the wedding. Reece and these struggle vows. I said if he had done some R&B songs like Chris Bassett did to Candy Girl on Real Housewives of Take, I would have fell off my sofa. But Justin's dad seems really cool. He really does. Justin sitting up in there crying. He told, I think I got something in my eye. I was like, Ninja, you ain't got nothing in your eye. You crying because you know you about to break Kelsey's heart. And Kelsey just, oh my God, he's crying. I was like, girl, he ain't crying because he wants your ass. He crying because he about to break your heart. I was so glad when they opened up the event for people to go inside for dinner after the ceremony that they covered up that hideous carpet. I was like, oh my God, that carpet was hideous. But it was so beautiful and magical. It was very simple, yet very elegant. I think they did a great job. Tamika said that she realizes that she thinks that, Reece is for Reagan. They also had inside a little light up thing that said, it's always been you. And that just tells us all we need to know. Reagan has always been in love with Reece. Jeff was kind of a placeholder until Reece got his shit together. So, match made in heaven. I think it's very cruel what happened to Jeff. But I think Jeff, let that be a lesson and move on. I'm available. Anyway, John Moody and his fashion police PETA report. Okay, he said, oh my God. All these people, somebody had on a bear, somebody had on an ostrich, a lion, and tiger. Oh my. And I was like, no, they didn't. Like, Bravo is so shady. They were like, that is not ostrich. That is not this. And I was like, but John, you be wearing some shit too. Like, Sherpa come from sheep. And granted, sheep don't die from it, but still. Like, really? There was a whole lot of killing going on up in here. I was like, oh my God. So they at the table, and that's when Kelsey is all loud about, the fact that in 7 months she might get engaged. She wants a commitment. I was like, how committed is you? Maybe y'all should just continue to live as homie lover friends. I don't know. But I will say this. I thought that I was having a bad couple of weeks, but I met somebody recently who told me that they moved down here to be with their fiance, and 2 weeks before the wedding, he broke up with her. So, Kelsey, at least, you'll know before you send out invitations and be embarrassed. So, just let it go. They cut the cake. It's a girl. Oh, bye. Oh, my God. And I love the wedding setup. They had a cigar station. I was like, oh, my God. I knew it. Because y'all know I just got introduced to cigars. I love cigars and bourbon now. That's my thing. Especially if it's Uncle Nearest. Tamika and Reece in this dance off. Okay. I loved it. It was wonderful. It was magical. I think that, Reece grew on me throughout the season. I mean, he is childish, but he all right with me. Jeff has sold the Covington house. He has bought himself a motorcycle, and he's going to drive from New Orleans. He's going to ride from New Orleans to LA. So I'm not clear if Jeff has decided to start over in LA, but he has sold everything out of that Covington house. It's got to go. He wants to be rid of Reagan. She still got wedding dresses and stuff in their closet. 2 closets full of stuff in that house. I was like, when she left, she should have taken everything. Tamika comes over to see him off, and she tells him that she's worried about him, and she shares with us that now Jeff is her new BFF. So I guess her and Reagan kind of just didn't make it. They struggled through the wedding, but I don't think that friendship is there anymore. And she said Reagan finally had her baby, who she also named Reece Elise or Ellis or something like that, Reece Ellis or whatever. And she says, and now Reagan has 2 babies. I was like, pretty much. So Godspeed to her, but I hope we get a season 3. Andy, we have been praying and asking for a reunion. Now I will volunteer to do the reunion if you don't want to, because I know how to ask questions. I've taken hosting classes, and I've hosted quite a few events. Either way, that's all I've got for Southern Charm New Orleans season 2, the season finale. Let's pray for a season 3. This was a very good season. It really was. And never seen anything like it. God bless Jeff. I'm going to continue to pray for you, Jeff. And You know, if you ever want to come to Atlanta and holler at a diva, I'm ready, willing, and available, honey. Not spread them wide and all that, but you know, we can go out to dinner or something. Just pop it right up the street from me, right up the street, okay? And the ballpark, you can go catch a Braves game if you come soon, then later. But either way, that's all I've got. I've been Miss Sophia the Diva. Thank you guys for joining. Be sure to subscribe to this channel. Be sure again to check out The Diva Disturb on BFAM 109.6. Also be sure to check out my GoFundMe. Everything I do will be down in the description box. Chin up, buttercups. The sun will come out. I promise you, and stay fabulous.